Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're doing a 100,000 mile review of my 2017 Kia Sportage. Let's go ahead and get started with the video.
You think you know me?
This is the 2017 Kia Sportage. It's the LX model. It's one of the lower end models. All-wheel drive. It's a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder with 181 horsepower. The vehicle is supposed to tow about 2,000 pounds and it weighs about 3,400 to 3,500 pounds. Let's go ahead and get a closer look and we'll talk about a few of the features first of all. Alright everybody, obviously this is the engine bay. You can see it's very simple looking engine bay with the plastic covers like every pretty much new vehicle has now. 2.4 liter, 181 horsepower. First of all, I'll talk about this motor a little bit. It's been a really good running vehicle. Like I said, I have over 100,000 miles on it now. It's always ran very well. I'm still running the original battery in it. I haven't had to change the battery, haven't had to change the spark plugs. The thing starts just as good as it did new. The only thing I've ever had to do, these Kias come with a 100,000 mile warranty on it, and the only thing I ever had to replace was a sensor here in the upper intake. And of course it was covered under warranty. Okay, here's a view of the interior from the driver's side, obviously. For a cheaper vehicle, Kias are considered to be a lower end vehicle usually. And this is the LX, one of the lower end models. Not quite as many fancy features on it as say the other models, but this still has a nice Bluetooth radio. Radio sounds really good. It has 4 speakers front and rear. Actually, technically it has 6, but I don't always count those extra little tweeters and stuff they have up there. But it comes with AM, FM, CD, Bluetooth. It doesn't have like Apple CarPlay or anything like that. It's a simple screen. Backup camera, obviously. It's a 2017. This one is the lower end model. Like I said, it has the simple heating system. And I'll tell you, this thing gets really warm really fast. Everyone, just for reference too, I'm about 6'1", 240 pounds just. I've got plenty of room and I actually don't even have the seat all the way back. You can see here, I can stretch completely out. My legs almost straight. I've got plenty of room in here at 6'1", 34-inch inseam. I always have plenty of room, elbow room, headroom. There's still quite a bit of space above my head. So if you're a taller or bigger person, you'll definitely fit in the driver's seat. And of course the passenger seat's the same size. You got more room, obviously no steering wheel. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back seat. All right folks, here I am in the back seat. I've got my front seat adjusted as I normally would driving. So say someone like me, 6'1", driving the front, and like I said, 6'1", sitting in the back, I have plenty of leg room. And one of the nice features about this 2007 Kia Sportage, there's a heater actually underneath the driver and the passenger seat for the back people in the back to keep their feet warm. And of course there's heaters here. I'll go ahead and take the camera and show you the heaters we have in here and what it looks like from this angle. Okay everyone, let's hop right in here in the back seat and take a look. We can get a better look of the interior from this angle too, in the back seat. Pretty nice setup in here, honestly. Pretty simple. Kia's improved a lot over the years. They used to be really cheap and used to have a lot of problems. I've been very happy with this one though. I say I don't like a lot of features. I don't need a lot of things. Power door locks, power brakes, power windows, pretty much power everything you can get in a vehicle. You can see the interior. This thing's held up really well. None of the interior is falling apart. You know, it's not real leather, but this is all held up good. I always have my elbow here. The material's held up really good. It stayed clean. I have absolutely no rips over 100,000 miles in this. No real fading, no stain damage. I've cleaned the seats a couple times. Okay folks, let's go ahead and open up the cargo bay. Oop. Not carrying a lot in there today, but this one came with the floor mat. It's got pretty decent amount of space back here. There is an option to have like a curtain type of thing that goes over the top so people can't see what you're carrying back here. And like most SUVs, the back seats will fold completely forward. Let's go ahead and show you. There's actually, of course, the spare tire and everything back here. We'll pop that open. It comes with the donut type spare, the small one. It comes with the jack. There's a little bit of storage space underneath here in different spots. Okay, I easily folded the front back seats down so you can see how much cargo space you have. You can roughly fit about 7 feet in there going up to the front seats. I have actually carried 12-foot lumber in here, but you kind of have to go over the armrest, so you're not going to carry a lot of lumber in here. And I believe the payload on this is only like 12 or 1,300 pounds. It's not meant to be a truck, but if you need to use it for a couple things, you kind of can. Another little feature I show you here too. There is little tie downs in here. These are plastic though, folks. This isn't like your truck tie downs, but at least you got something to kind of hold your cargo in a little bit. Say you have one of those little cargo nets, keep stuff from sliding around. All right, everybody, let's try and walk around and take a look at some of the things. This, like I said, this is a base model Kia Sportage EX, all-wheel drive. It comes with LED fog lights, LED driving lights, the standard lights, your turn signals. This actually has a neat feature. There's actually an air dam right here that goes right through to the other side. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with aerodynamics, probably more to cool the brakes than anything else. The nice thing about that too, I live in snowy, dirty area in the wintertime, so I can actually spray in there. It helps out cleaning a little bit. It has 17-inch wheels. They're 225/60. 17 is the standard size on this vehicle. My wife has a Kia Sportage. Hers came with 18s if you want that option on the LX. You have your standard lights. Your reverse and everything is down here. This part doesn't light up. I don't know why they put that on there if that's not going to light up. It really doesn't reflect light either. That's kind of a weird feature to put that on there. I guess it's kind of a cosmetics thing necessarily. Spoiler. Pain in the ass with this spoiler type thing is it's hard to get a brush underneath there to clean when you're trying to clean the car, like at the car wash or whatever. This basically, it actually came with the paint match door handles. Mirrors are painted the same color. It's got a little bit of this fake plastic chrome. I actually added this to it. I haven't seen anybody else with that on theirs. We'll finish our walk around here. Like I said, it's all-wheel drive. It's a pretty simple vehicle actually. Hey everybody. We're sitting here in the interior right now. I got everything zipped up, windows, rolled up. It does block quite a bit of the noise. Obviously, you're not going to be able to tell on video how quiet it is in here. This is a noisy neighborhood. I have trains go by all the time. It's actually been very windy today. I don't know if you could actually hear the wind noise. I'll be quiet for a second. Let's talk about some of my complaints with this vehicle. Like I said, it's not really a truck. I try to use it like a truck. It's not a truck. You're not going to use it like a truck. That's not really a minus or plus or whatever. It's just a personal choice. I think I could use a little bit more cargo room back there. For the price range, I guess I can't complain too much about that. I could have bought the next size up Kia if they had a little bit more room in the back. The good thing about this is the all-wheel drive works great. It's not a truck all-wheel drive. I have got it stuck on tall snow trying to get out. Not very often. It does handle excellent on the highway. I can usually get through the snow very well with the all-wheel drive. It's a very safe vehicle to drive. I would take my kids, whatever. You're safe with your kids in the vehicle as far as that goes. There are two things with this vehicle I am going to complain about, and I don't know if anybody else has found these issues out with their Kia Sportages or not, especially the 17 and ups. The transmission shifts fine. Transmission works. I've never had an issue with it. But when you're especially in eco mode, it has an eco, standard, and sport mode. The eco mode, the transmission does shift a little different. Like I said, sometimes I've gotten off the highway, I've come to almost a complete stop, and then when you go to accelerate to get back on the road again, it's almost like the transmission stayed in second gear. So if you really get on it to get out while you've been in eco mode, it'll slam itself back down into first gear. Not quite as violent as the old style transmissions would be in the 60s, 70s, whatever, especially when you just start and stop. The transmission, when it gets hot, say you're in a drive-through, Starbucks, McDonald's, whatever, you could tell the transmission gets hot and it still shifts a little different. I could say that's one area Kia could probably improve is maybe, I don't know if you can go on the computer and change anything or if there's, something physical that needs to be changed. I almost want to say it's a computer thing based off of, what most vehicles are today. Computer pretty much controls every little feature in here. All right, we're going to talk about one huge complaint I have with this vehicle. And like I said, I don't know if anybody else has experienced this or not. I don't know if this is because I have shitty gas in my area. I've always run 87 octane, 10, E10, whatever they want to call it now. My catalytic converter, there's a set, you know, the two CO2 sensors on the catalytic converter tell you how everything's working. And I don't know if it's an emissions thing where they made everything so tight, but I do get a engine light for the catalytic converter. Well, I don't think it's that bad because vehicle runs excellent still. And, you know, I've had no issue with it running, but I think the way they have emissions on these vehicles now, there's tight tolerances on it. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not replacing the catalytic converter on this because, yes, folks, you have to replace the manifold from the engine all the way back through the catalytic converter, the first catalytic converter. There's two on them, of course, like a lot of new vehicles have two or three of them. The downside of that is a $3,000 repair, folks. You have to replace that whole manifold off the engine, the O2 sensors, and the catalytic converter. It's a $3,000 repair. Yes, you could, if you're mechanical enough to do it yourself. The thing is, it's still a $1,600 to $1,700 catalytic converter, folks. That is absolutely ridiculous. I didn't even put a down payment on this thing for that much. All right, lastly, folks, I'm going to show you one little nitpicky thing that I was kind of pissed about. This right here is on top of the spoiler on the back of the vehicle. I added this chrome piece too. That was not factory. But there is a crack. I would say at least 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches long right there. And unfortunately, I found that after the 60,000 mile bumper to bumper was over, and Kia would not replace that. I don't know why that piece cracked like that. Nothing has ever fell on it. Of course, like everything else, this is plastic. Folks, there you have it. This is my 2017 Kia Sportage, 100,000 miles. My final overall review of this, I'd obviously give this about 4.5 out of 5 stars. Like I said, I don't know if the catalytic converter thing's a common thing, and I don't know if the crack in the body like that's a common thing either. I haven't heard anything on any forums or on Facebook or anything as far as the Sportages go. Like I said, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Would I buy this vehicle again? Absolutely. This is probably going to be my final video on the Kia Sportage. I'm actually going to be trading this in here in a couple months. At the 100,000 mile mark, like I said, there's a couple things that need to be fixed on it. My inspection comes up in 2 months, and I'm actually going to be trading this into another vehicle. Stay tuned for that. I'm going to be doing a lot of features on that new vehicle when it comes. I'm not telling you what it is, but stay tuned and come back to my channel. I'm going to be doing another thing, another vehicle I just bought recently, another motorcycle. Thanks for tuning in. I know this is a long video, but I like to be thorough. Bye for now.